What's up, Doc?
Bugs Bunny, that's what's up.
What's cooking? What's up, Doc?
Weekdays at 7 on MeTV 19.1. Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, U.S. House Republicans are trying to move forward with an impeachment inquiry for President Biden. We are live in Washington with the latest developments. Plus, as open enrollment continues, the state health department is explaining some changes to Medicaid recipients that they should know about and how it could impact their coverage. And no snow doesn't have to mean no fun. Some snowless winter activities to try in the meantime. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Another windy, chilly day, but air, even though some places did get snow last night, our ski hill here in Marquette could still use some more.
It definitely could, and we've got temperatures warming up. I'll tell you more about that after the break. But yes, we did see some snow to mention. Number one, Pine Stump Junction over there in Luce County saw 12 inches within 24 hours. The other big numbers were mostly over in Sault Ste. Marie, but we saw some activity over on Mount Arvon as well. But we're looking fairly dry at the moment. Things could change though, of course. Today, a high of 31 degrees, as Sarah mentioned, fairly cold conditions. I've got your full forecast after the break.
Thanks, Air. Marquette Mountain continues to put all efforts towards snowmaking. The resort has come across some filter issues that's put snowmaking on a temporary pause. The anticipated open date of this weekend has once again been postponed due to the setback. The hill was originally supposed to open the first weekend of December. There is hope, though, that the mountain will open soon.
Because of the sediment that got into our system, we are unable to make snow at the moment. That should be rectified soon, all things going the way they should.
In the meantime, the general manager thanks the community for all their help and support. At this hour, the U.S. House is determining whether to proceed with an impeachment inquiry against President Biden. At the center of this inquiry is his son, Hunter Biden, and his questionable business dealings. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill. Brendan, this is not an official vote to impeach the president, but it could give investigators more latitude to find evidence.
That's right, Sarah, and it will. Breaking within the past 10 or 15 minutes, the U.S. House voted 221 to 212 to officially open this impeachment inquiry into President Biden. What that means is it will essentially allow committees and House investigators to enforce subpoenas and to obtain other relevant information they say is necessary to make their case. Now, up until this point, the hardest thing for Republicans have been showing concrete evidence of wrongdoing by the president and getting enough support to bring this to the House floor for a full vote. Again, today, House Republicans saying this is a legitimate inquiry and that they're prepared to move forward as they did again just moments ago. Hunter Biden was at the Capitol earlier this morning and admitted certain decisions he made in the past were wrong. He said, quote, "In the depths of my addiction, I was extremely irresponsible with my finances, but to suggest that is grounds for an impeachment inquiry is beyond the absurd. There is no evidence to support the allegations that my father was financially involved in my business because it did not happen," end quote. Again, that was Hunter Biden earlier today. Now, House Democrats also today say there's no evidence linking President Biden to the high crimes or misdemeanors necessary to bring forth articles of impeachment. House Republicans saying, look, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. We might not have everything we need right now, but launching this inquiry will help us get it.
After 11 months, nobody can tell you what Joe Biden's alleged crime is, where it happened, when it happened, what the motive was, or who the victims are.
I'm all for doing the inquiry, but the impeachment process itself can only take place after we are absolutely rock solid sure that something's taken place and it's an impeachable offense.
And Sarah, again, within the past 10 minutes, the House will be moving forward with this inquiry. Again, this is not a formal impeachment vote, rather to really kind of get all the gears in place to further this ongoing investigation. Sarah?
All right, Brendan, thank you very much. We're learning new details tonight as health insurance providers are renewing coverage eligibility. WZMQ's Mitchell Rife spoke with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services to discuss what changes have been brought to health care since the pandemic and the impact that might have.
The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services has started to review Medicaid eligibility for the first time since COVID-19. What started in June of this year, all Michigan Medicaid beneficiaries have to go through a renewal process that might negatively impact health care coverage.
During the pandemic, Congress actually paused all Medicaid renewals. And so everyone got to maintain their coverage during the pandemic. And then last year, Congress changed those rules. And so for 3+ years, beneficiaries didn't actually have to do anything to maintain their Medicaid coverage.
Last December, Congress passed its spending bill, which stopped the Medicaid continuous coverage during COVID.
And really what that did was it decoupled the continuous coverage requirement in Medicaid that told states that we had to start doing these Medicaid renewals again.
Federal Medicaid services have also allowed states to provide flexibility options for beneficiaries. They've paused procedural coverage closures for a month and are giving beneficiaries 90 days after their case has been closed to turn in eligibility paperwork and to be reinstated.
If you forget to turn your paperwork back in and your Medicaid is closed, you still have that paperwork maybe sitting on your kitchen counter, you can actually fill it in and send it back in. And as long as you're still eligible, we'll reinstate your Medicaid back to the date that you were closed.
Those who haven't had any large change to their income levels will receive a packet in the mail asking to send in updated pay stubs, bank information, and other resources that can help verify your eligibility. Mitchell Rife, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, that's what Carl says. He's sharing more about some of the strongest El Niños on record and how they impacted our winters. And how Bronner's Christmas Wonderland keeps the family tradition going for their own family and so many others around.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. That's because at John's Auto, communication is the key to service. When we have your car, you can expect to be updated on what's going on. And Craig here will explain repairs in terms I even understand, and I'm only 9. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Marquette.
And don't forget, we're still your #1 source for a pre-owned vehicle in Marquette County.
John's Auto Marquette.
It's incredible, man.
Go, let's go!
Oh my God.
What happened? We were so good.
This is Survivor.
This is such a sick, twisted, disgusting, ridiculously delicious, enjoyable, terrifying game.
Final push begins.
It's shocking how many people think they're in a safe spot in this game right now.
Only 2 episodes left in the most epic season yet. A new Survivor tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Watching Andy Griffith has one result.
Makes you feel good, don't it? Kind of a warm feeling right in the middle of your stomach, your head 2 or 3 feet above your shoulders. You know why you're feeling that way, don't you, boy?
'Cause I'm pooped.
The Andy Griffith Show, weeknights at 8 on MeTV 19.1. Amy Doyle reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasic.
Well, surf's up, dudes. On Superior, we've got gale warnings continuing into today. Basically, this one over on the west half ending at 4 a.m. on Friday. Oh, also on the east half here, those waves could be up to 11 feet on the east side, up to 14 feet, and lots of very strong winds moving around. Right now, though, on land, winds primarily coming out of the south, staying fairly calm, but we're going to see these, of course, kick up this evening. take a look here around 11 p.m., seeing 20-mile-an-hour gusts along that Keweenaw spine. And then looking at tomorrow morning, check it out, Eagle Harbor, friends, could be really breezy up there with 41-mile-an-hour winds gusting into 7 o'clock in the evening, maybe hitting about 46. As of right now, no wind advisories are in effect at the moment, but just be aware that it could definitely be breezy, especially along that Keweenaw Peninsula and Cobber Country. So naughty or nice weather ahead. The outlook says I'm going to stick with really close to nice because we're expecting, of course, some breezy winds tomorrow, but those temps are climbing up and a lot of sunshine. I'll show you that in just a minute. For right now, though, the radar is showing no precipitation at the moment, and Futurecast, it's going to show similar conditions here. Right now, our temps are in that 25 to 30 degree range. We've got some clear skies, but those clouds are expected to start increasing tonight. It's going to be another cold one, friends, 15 to 25, and then looking ahead to tomorrow, lots of sunshine on the way, and temperatures warming up 40 to 50. Get out and enjoy it because Monday, going to be a little bit different. As we take a look at Eagle Harbor, you're in the luck of the draw tonight, so we'll see 40s up there until Monday, dropping back down into the 30s, maybe picking up a little bit temperature-wise there on Tuesday. Futurecast showing, like I said, some clouds increasing, especially along the Superior coastline tomorrow and into the morning. Expect mostly cloudy skies to start with before we see lots of sunshine, a few clouds poking around, and then clearing out around 7 p.m. Fairly clear conditions. Rain showers. They are headed our way on Friday. We could also see a mixture of snow and rain over here on the west half of the UP into the evening. So expect some challenging commutes possible. But again, those temperatures fairly warm in that 40 degree range. The last day of Hanukkah tomorrow evening, we're going to see a little bit of rain like we just saw. And then Saturday, we could see rain showers in the morning, and those temperatures still in the 40s, hanging strong until Monday when we drop back down into that 30 degree range. I've got your school day outlook coming up in 15 minutes.
Thanks, Air. We need it to get colder, but thank you, Air. When it comes to holiday traditions, Bronner's Christmas Wonderland in Frankenmuth has played a role for families across the state and really around the world. The store's product development manager says they stock thousands of commemorative and traditional ornaments that are crowd favorites for returning customers. He says their advent calendars, custom embroidered stockings, and in-house decorated Christmas cookies are favorites every year. He says it's amazing to see the families that come back year to year to make Bronner's a part of their traditions.
And they'll say, I remember coming back here in the 80s or the 70s and meeting my grandfather, Wally, and they've come back every other year or every year as much as they can and explore what's new in the store.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more about Bronner's many Christmas traditions and the families that Bronner's makes so special for their Christmas as well. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We're getting the details on a ski racing league that's looking for some new participants.
10 million people call Michigan home. The state capital since 1847 is in Lansing, and decisions made in this building affect you and the Upper Peninsula. I'm WZMQ 19 Sophia Murphy, uncovering what's really happening here every day, tracking issues about your health and the environment, taxes and roads, schools and safety. Reports direct from the Capitol, only on your WZMQ 19 News.
Sophia Murphy, reporting live from Lansing, exclusively on 19 News.
Escanaba and Delta County, home to beautiful beaches, Lake Michigan, lighthouses, pretty parks, and great people. It's why so many are proud to say, this is home. I'm Lily Simmons. I'll show you what's happening here every day. In your schools, your communities, and businesses, sharing what makes this area so special.
Lily Simmons reports from Delta County. Weeknights at 6 and 11, only on WZMQ 19 News.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Kiss the cold weather goodbye and embrace the warmth and fun of the Caribbean without leaving your couch. One Caribbean Television is your Caribbean connection. Whether you visit the Caribbean for fun or to renew family ties, One Caribbean Television keeps you informed 24/7. Get the latest news, weather forecasts, Caribbean entertainment, and carnival action. If you long for the fun and sun of the Caribbean, download our app now to watch One Caribbean Television on the go, live or on demand.
Get ready for a brand new season of Collector's Call with all new collections.
Collector's Call, Sundays at 6:30 on MeTV 19.1. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on our 19 News Insights, we are learning more about a ski racing team over at Marquette Mountain. It's called Superior Snow Adventures. Joining us tonight from Superior Snow Adventures is Jamie. Thanks for coming in, Jamie.
No problem. Thanks for calling me up.
So tell us what Superior Snow Adventures is.
So we're an event company that we do ski racing events at Marquette Mountain. Marquette Mountain has always had a lot of really it's been well rooted in ski racing for decades, you know. And there's MMRT, which is a junior program. There's NMU, they have a college ski team there for college racers. We have USSA, GLSA is a event company there that also does racing for people that are really more serious about it. And Superior Snow Adventures is for adults. This is for anybody that wants to come out, and it's like almost like a bar dart league or a pool league, except for ski racing.
Awesome. So this is really open to anybody to join in on.
It is. If you know how to ski or snowboard, telemark ski, whatever, you're welcome to join.
Very cool. So you've got a team league sign up happening tomorrow. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this for a little while. We're gonna all meet up at the T-Bar out at Marquette Mountain, meet up with our winter family, and everybody shows up, and we have a sign up. We can take all the rosters and get waivers signed and all that kind of stuff just to kind of kick off the season.
Gotcha. Now, I know we've talked a lot about, there's not a whole lot of snow at Marquette Mountain now. Everybody right now is having a very weird start to winter. How does that affect your season?
Well, I've lived in the UP for a long, long time, and I assure you we're going to have winter. That's not, that's not going to be a problem. This reminds me of, I want to say it was 2014 and 15 maybe, super depressing start to winter. We had, I still remember going, I don't know why I remember this specific thing, but I was driving through the roundabout and it's pouring rain on like 2 days before Christmas, and I'm like, man, we're never going to have winter.
Right.
And of course we did. We had to find winter, and if we have to adjust some of our dates, we can do that. But if we have to push things back a little bit, but we were skiing well into April last year. We've got a long winter ahead of us.
Gotcha. So when are you thinking of starting this year's season?
Right now we're scheduled for a practice night on January 4th. And then our first official league night will be January 11th, the following Thursday. And then we go every Thursday after that for 8 weeks.
Gotcha. All right. So no racing experience is necessary, or how does that work?
No. In fact, we have lots and lots of people that have never raced before at all. They come out and they've skied, they've snowboarded or whatever, but they get together with a group of friends and go out there, and it's addictive. It's really fun. It's competitive, but everybody just has a great time. Now, on the other hand, we've got tons of people that are in the league that have grown up ski racing and have done an awful lot of it. We've got people in the league that, when they were juniors, they skied in the junior worlds in Topolino, Italy.
Wow.
We've got people that have skied in U.S. nationals before. I mean, we've got some very, very good skiers and people that have never raced before at all, and nobody cares.
That's awesome.
Either way,
That's
it's a lot of fun.
You can kind of learn from each other then too. That's
exactly.
So cool. So is this something that people can do individually, or do they need to get a team together and do it?
You can do it either way. If anybody wants to come to the sign-up party tomorrow night, if you don't have a team but you think you might want to get involved, there are always teams that are looking for additional racers. Or if you want to just come and race any Thursday night, you can just show up and sign up right the day of. or you can do the whole season series as an individual. Either way, any way you want to do it. We're more about inclusivity than exclusivity. So
awesome.
Anybody that wants to come can come on out.
Cool. So for people who want more information about Superior Snow Adventures, where can they go?
Search Superior Snow Adventures on Facebook, and I keep that pretty up to date as far as new events that are coming up and what we have going, and I keep everybody updated on, if we have weather nights or whatever, if we need to cancel or move a date.
Yeah, of course. And I saw that you have an event page for the league sign up tomorrow as well.
Yep.
Awesome.
So check that out on Superior Snow Adventures Facebook, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, Jamie, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We
Thanks
appreciate it.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Still ahead tonight, that's what Carl says. He is recounting some of the strongest El Niños on record and how it affected our winters. And later, no snow, no problem. We'll tell you how you can enjoy this winter without the snow. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. The United Way of Marquette County needs some volunteers to help collect and return recyclables from local businesses. A number of businesses have dedicated their recycled cans and bottles to the United Way, and UWMC just needs people to get them processed. You can do it on your own time even. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other volunteer opportunities, head to upersunited.com.
We've got a lot of news coming up. We look at declining mental health among teens and why the U.S. Surgeon General tells us he's recommending now that schools limit students' cell phone use. That and more news tonight, right?
New CBS Tonight.
Final destination, Seattle, Washington.
On the season finale of The Amazing Race.
The way we've been performing just shows how far our bond can go.
We're living the underdog dream right now. 8 countries, 19 cities, more than 23,000 miles.
We've been dreaming about it, and we're going to make it happen. My dad and I have every intention of coming out on top.
We're going to push all the way to the mat, and we're going to get there first. You are the official winners of The Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race season finale, CBS Tonight after Survivor and streaming on Paramount+.
When you become eligible for Medicare, you might find that there's some confusion about the different Medicare supplemental insurance options that are available. Medical Supplement Insurance Services here in the Upper Peninsula is your local agency that can help you find the right plan for ample coverage with affordable premiums. If you're aging into Medicare or have experienced an increase in premiums, give Medical Supplement Insurance Services a call. We're located right here in Marquette, Michigan. Give us a call at 906-451-4080.
Have you heard? Affordable healthcare is better than ever. And right now there are more carriers and plans to choose from. If you're between 18 and 64 years old with a household income of $25,000 or less, this message is for you. Right now, the government's Affordable Care Act is available for individual and family health coverage plans with little to no cost to you. Don't gamble your health. Call Health Care for All. 70% of callers qualify for a zero-cost health care coverage. See if you are one of them. Call now. Our agents are standing by to help you get the health insurance plan you and your family needs and deserves. If you're uninsured or struggling to afford your current health insurance, help is just a phone call away. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. To find a plan that's right for you, call 800-626-9042. That's 800-626-9042.
Carl Bonak is here to talk about this relatively easy winter so far. It's been mild and very little snow.
That's right. As we mentioned before, this is an El Nino winter. Up to this point, also one of the least snowiest winters on record.
Snow is usually piling up at this time in December, especially near Lake Superior. But this year, there's been only 10.3 inches of snow so far this season at the National Weather Service office. This is nearly 3 feet below average, tied with 1998, and just behind 2015 for the least snowy winter to this point. The El Nino of 2015-16 was one of the strongest on record. Note the very warm water near the equator off South America. This pales, however, to the warmth of the Super El Nino of 1997-98. This was the strongest El Nino of the satellite era. Here's the present El Nino. The warm pool is not as warm, and the warm water is spread out. This expansion of warmth may have an impact on our weather later in the season. The two super El Niños had consistently warm winters throughout. That was especially so in the winter of 97-98, when February came in over 14 degrees above average. The other El Niño winters during this time had some cold periods later in the winter. In fact, the winters of 02-03 and 2018-19 turned quite cold as the season progressed. This was probably because these winters were Modoki El Niños. In a Modoki El Niño, the warmest water shifts westward toward the central Pacific. That changes the flow pattern and can mean Arctic cold blasts for upper Michigan.
So will this hopefully be that kind of winter where we will get colder?
Well, it could be, because we have the situation where that might be happening with our flow pattern. One thing I'm concerned about, and I mentioned this before, if it would happen to turn very cold, let's say from mid-January on, if we don't have much snow on the ground, we're going to have a lot of frozen pipes.
Yeah.
So that is a concern. And I don't see any real snowfalls right through the Christmas holiday. No big snows at all. It's amazing.
Hopefully, as long as we have it for the UP 200, I'll be satisfied with that. Thank you very much, Carl. And while there may not be enough snow right now to enjoy skiing or snowboarding, there are still ways to enjoy the outdoors right now. WZMQ's Scott Menschall shares ways to still find entertainment during this mild winter.
For many of us, winter brings skiing, snowmobiling, and many other snow-centered activities. But when a lack of snowfall leaves trails bare and ski hills full of grass, some struggle to find fun. According to the Naquamanon Trail Network, the unusual December weather presents a unique opportunity.
Well, the ground's pretty frozen, so normally people would switch to fat biking this time of year on snow, which that's really fun right now, but you can just regular mountain bike.
The hard compact ground combined with mostly bare trails creates ideal conditions for mountain bikers. Although, if you're going to embrace the outdoors this time of the year, it's important to remember to take precautions to remain safe.
Take some hydration, because even this time of year, it might be longer, or you might go further than you thought. So bundling up is important. Make sure you layer, because it is cold.
Travel Marquette says now is a good time to get holiday shopping done and check out what local businesses have to offer.
You know, it's easier to find parking places, easier to navigate with bags and not have to worry about, slipping or being in snow mound or something like that.
Townships around the Upper Peninsula are also hosting many indoor events this winter. Here in Marquette, just this week, there will be over 10 different art shows and concerts to enjoy.
You know, I just think we're really lucky to have that balance of arts and culture along with the outdoor recreation.
While it may seem like without snow, winter just isn't the same. If you take advantage of what there is to do, you can still enjoy the cold. Scott Menschall, WZMQ 19 News, Marquette.
We have another windy and cold night ahead, but
here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
Tonight, tied to devices during COVID lockdown, could students now see mental health benefits from smartphone bans? Plus, Nora O'Donnell talks to twins who survived the Holocaust. As tensions escalate in war, their message about remembrance on the CBS Evening News.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year. Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
Who'll be there when the final whistle blows? When the final votes have been cast? Who'll be there when we need a warning or a laugh? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Whether it's on air or behind the scenes, there's a world of opportunities waiting for you. Be there as history unfolds. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Sing along with Stalag 13.
Hello! Hello! We hope you like our show. You'll laugh, scream, cry, sigh, and absolutely die.
Hogan's Heroes, weeknights at 10 on MeTV 19.1.
Our temperatures right now in that 20 to 30 degree range. We'll expect them, of course, to hang out in the 20s. We could see some teens as well, so just be aware it's going to be cold tonight. Tomorrow we'll be warming up around noon. It'll be in that 30 to 40 degree range. And yes, as Carl mentioned before, we got about a 60% chance of having a brown Christmas as of right now. Your 7-day outlook for Escanaba, some showers Friday and Saturday.
Finally tonight, a Marquette Photo Studio is celebrating its 10-year anniversary. Lake Superior Photo Studio is having a sale Saturday to celebrate being open for a decade. The studio specializes in nature photography around the UP. Saturday's celebration will feature discounts from 20 to 50% off and a raffle for iconic prints and calendars. That raffle is open now through Saturday. That does it.
Tonight, a busy day.